now.
Hi, this is Paul from Pecan Corner. Today we're going to make two kinds of sausage. We're going to make Mexican chorizo sausage and we're going to make homemade breakfast sausage. So the first thing we got is a big old pork shoulder and we're going to cut that up. Pork shoulder is the only one to use because it's got the right ratio of fat to meat. So anyway, we want to cut it in strips for grinding. There's only one bone in this and it's real easy to get out, so it's no big deal. Just get this down to some workable size. Okay, now I'm just going to show you here how we cut it. We want it in strips because it feeds through the grinder better. Remember, don't get the fat off there. You need it. Or unless you're going to have dry old sausage. And you want it in strips about this big. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get the rest of this cut up and then we'll be back. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
All right, we're back. We've got all the meat cut in long, thin strips, which feeds through the grinder better. We're going to start grinding. I'll just do a few so you'll never hear me over this anyway. So we just start. Okay, we'll be back when we get all this ground. Hi, we're back. We got it ground. I had to put the meat in the freezer for a while, which you probably will too, to keep the fat from clogging up your grinder. So the first thing we're going to make is chorizo. And we use a chorizo mix down here. It's Fiesta brand. If you've got a Mexican section in your grocery market, they probably have their spices separate in the Mexican section. You use this mix. It's got chili pepper, comino, black pepper, and other spices with garlic, stuff like that. You use vinegar and water, and it says you can add salt. There's no salt in this, so I do add salt to it. So we use 3 ounces of water and 3 ounces, I believe, of 3 ounces of vinegar also. Yep, 3 ounces of white vinegar. That's 3, let me see here. Yep, that's 3 ounces. White vinegar. And 10 tablespoons of this. I don't have a tablespoon here.
Here.
Honey, could you give me a tablespoon? Thanks. I'm pretty sure that what's left in here is about 10 tablespoons, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's what's left in this. You get 2 out of this bottle. You get two pounds of chorizo out of it. And I had already made one a while back. So that, and then I'm going to add a teaspoon and a half of salt. And And all you do there is have fun. Get your old mitts in there and start mixing it until it's completely incorporated. Then it has to sit for 24 hours before you use it. We're going to package it up and freeze it, so in packages, so we'll have it. This is wonderful. We use it for breakfast. Our two favorite things is putting it in and starting to fry this up first, loose like this, and then scrambled eggs in on top of it, or potatoes and chorizo. If you've never had it, you don't know what you're missing. It's one of the best breakfast sausages there is. You buy it in a store. A lot of times it comes in a casing, and you just take it out of the casing anyway. So we won't put it in a waste of casing on it. Start to look and smell like chorizo. Okay, we'll get this finished mixed up, and then we'll package it up for the freezer, and that's it. Then we'll come back and we'll work on our breakfast sausage. Thanks. Okay, we're back. We got the chorizo done, and now we're going to do our breakfast sausage. This is 8 pounds of meat that we have left, so this is going to be 4 times. The recipe we'll put in is for 2 pounds of ground pork, so this is going to be 4 times that. Okay, so we start with garlic powder, and I'm going to use 4 teaspoons of garlic powder. And onion powder, the same. We're going to use 4 teaspoons of that. I like a fairly highly seasoned breakfast sausage, and I would probably have it a little hotter, but Tina doesn't like hot food that much, so we won't do that. 4. Okay. Then we use 1 tablespoon of sage, so that's 4 tablespoons of sage in this. Remember, this is 8 pounds, so. We're using ground sage because I accidentally bought it, so this is a good thing to use it in. Normally I would use rub sage for everything, but it's a good thing to use it up in. And 4. A teaspoon of red pepper flakes. That's 4 teaspoons of red pepper flakes. And we're going to use 4 teaspoons of marjoram. We had a recipe one time that had a bunch of rosemary in it for breakfast sausage, and it just didn't work. And we're going to use 8 teaspoons of salt. It just didn't work for breakfast sausage. It was, all you could taste was the rosemary. It's like pine needles. There we go. All right, that's it. And then we got, where's the sugar at? We got to use 4 tablespoons of sugar. The sugar on this, I was telling Tina, the sugar on breakfast sausage isn't so much for flavor. It really helps it brown before it dries out. If you don't put sugar in it, by the time it browns, it's just so overcooked and dry, it's not very good. So, okay, that's it. Honey, could you get me about, I don't know, about that much water in there? Just it doesn't matter, just to help mix the spices through. So we'll get a little water to help mix these spices through, and we'll go at it. Again, using the 2 best tools for sausage making, your right and left hand. There we go. Well, it's true.
It is.
We just use a little water. We don't need that much. It's just going to help. And off we go. A lot of people, when they're going to do a sausage that they're going to smoke and they're going to put in put in a casing. They'll mix all their spices and all that and their nitrite in with the water before they put it in with the ground meat. And that works. That's a real good way of doing it too. And if you're really into sausage making, you get one of those meat sausage mixers. They're really cool, but they're a little pricey for the little bit we do. And you still got to crank them. They're not motorized there. Okay, we'll be back in a minute when we get this all mixed up. We'll fry a piece to check our seasoning. It's always a good thing to do. I don't have to with the Mexican because I made it before and it always comes out right. But this is, we're going to check our seasoning. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, we've cooked up a patty of it and it tastes pretty good. We decided we needed to put black pepper in it, which I don't know how we forgot that. So we put in this, 4 times, we put a tablespoon, we put 2 tablespoons in. So it'll be a half a tablespoon in the recipe, and we'll have that on the recipe on there. So fry it up good, good texture. It's good. It'll probably taste better after it's sat too for a while. Most of them do. So thank you very much. Be sure and subscribe.